What's up, people, and welcome to By the Fireside episode 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you had a good weekend. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you like By the Fireside, you can check out my other show, which is Poetry Weekly. Also, Riddle. Not every other week I tell riddles to try and challenge and confuse people. That's basically it. I think we'll get into this week. Should we get into this week's By the Fireside? By the way, I don't know who actually wrote this story. I read it in the newspaper. I saw it again on the news. Not on the news, sorry, on the internet. So I'm not sure who wrote this, so I can't credit the author. But I know it's a very nice story, and I've self-titled it. And if I'm wrong for doing that, somebody point out Trading Places. Let's go. A man was sick and tired of going to work every single day while his wife stayed at home. He worked 8 hours a day. He wanted her to know what he went through. So one night he got on his knees and said, dear Lord, every single day I go to work for 8 hours while my wife stays at home. I want her to know what I go through. So for one day, just one day, could we trade places? The Lord in his infinite wisdom agreed to the man's request. The next morning, the man woke up, and lo and behold, he was a woman. So he woke up, made breakfast for his mate. Then he woke the kids. Then he set out their clothes, made their breakfast, packed their lunch, then drove them to school. After that, he came home to get the dry cleaning, which he took to the dry cleaners, then stopped at the bank on the way to make a deposit. Then he went grocery shopping, brought the groceries back home, packed it, then he balanced the checks and paid the bills. After that, he cleaned the cat litter and washed the dog. But by then it was 1 PM, so he had to hurry up, vacuum, do the laundry, dust, lay the beds, then sweep him up the kitchen floor. Then he had to rush back to the school quickly to pick up the kids, bring them back home, have an argument on the way, organise them to do their homework, then set out milk and cookies. At this time, he thought he could take a little break, but in doing so, he had to go and get the ironing board from the cupboard, lay it down in front of the TV, then did a little bit of ironing while he watched TV. But then it hit 4:30, so he had to go to the kitchen, peel potatoes and wash vegetables for the salad. Then he breaded the chicken and snapped fresh beans for the supper. After dinner, he had to clean the dishwasher, do the laundry, bath the kids, put them to bed, clear the kitchen. By this time, it was 9:30, and even though his chores wasn't finished, he was exhausted, so he went to bed, where he was expected to make love, which he managed to get through with no complaint at all. The next morning, he woke up and thought, oh Lord, I don't know what I was thinking, envying my wife. Dear Lord, please, could you trade me back to my position as a man? The Lord in his infinite wisdom replied, my son, I'll be more than happy to trade you back to your position. You're just going to have to wait 9 months. You went and got yourself pregnant last night. And that's that story. Hopefully you kind of understood what the message behind that story was. That, you know, women go through a lot. Like, one of my favourite sayings is, like, I don't know who said it, but it's one of my favourite sayings. It says that God created man before woman, but then again, you always make the rough draft before the final masterpiece. Oprah Winfrey has a quote where she says, be thankful for what you have and you end up having more. Concentrate on what you don't have and you never have enough. And that kind of exemplifies, you know, he wanted to be his wife, that position, you know, but it's tough being a woman. It's tough. All these guys can relate. Imagine pregnancy, the pushing, there's not even just the pushing. Imagine when girls are pregnant, someone's sensitive to the smell of fried chicken. I could not live without fried chicken. There's a guy called Timothy Leary. He's a prominent figure maybe in the 60s. Not saying I'm advocating any of his policies, but he had another quote which I think women should take on board before I go. It's a quote. It says, women who aim to be equal with men lack ambition. Tune in next week, episode 3. Suli Breaks. Over and out. Remember, I'm trying to get as much people to subscribe to the channel as possible. So if you watch the video and you like it, please get people to subscribe. Please get people to subscribe. Please, please.